Hello students. In last class we have studied about Dobereiner's triad, in which we have studied that Dobereiner had used 9 elements and arranged them in a way that the first element and the third element, their atomic masses average was the average mass of the middle element. Yes, Dobereiner said that if you add the first and the third element and put out their average, then you will get the average mass of the middle element. This was the function. But since there were so many elements at that time present, so that triad law was unable to explain their normal triad method on all of that. So that method was miserably failed. But at that time, Dobereiner was the first man who started the tradition on experimenting different elements and was the first man who was trying to know the idea, to know the secret behind all these elements and how those elements actually related with each other, how their property connected with each other. There were so many people, but the second people who got somewhat a trump in the adjoining of all those elements was called Newland. In 1866, there was a man called Newland proposed his octave law. Proposed his octaves law. Octave added with because of the word octa, and octa means 8. He arranged so many elements, 56 elements. So he arranged all those elements in a way that the first element was somewhat similar to the 8th element in the same structure. So he found that if you start arranging all those elements from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, so the first element's character was somewhat analogous to the character of 8th number of element, and second element's character was somewhat similar with 9th, or third similar with somewhat 10. So you can see here the first any one element was somewhat similar to the 8th position element, or the element of the 8th position, any element. So he actually used that idea of arranging all the elements according to the increasing of their atomic masses. Some elements were still undiscovered, like helium. Helium was discovered much later by the spectrum of sun. That's why we call it helium, because helium is made by the word helio, and helio means sun in Greek language. So we discovered after so many years that helium is also there. But since the work of Newland, there wasn't any sign. So is the same case for so many elements which were still undiscovered at that time. So he used a trick to arrange all those elements, and that trick was to use the musical notes of that time. We know that in India we use musical notes like sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, and sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, and on the 8th position again we use sa. So in the Western world they have the same do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So he used the same. Like in India we use sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. So we know that after sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, we again use sa. So according to the octave law, the element which is here hydrogen will somewhat similar to the element fluorine, which is not correct accurately, because we know that hydrogen exists at somewhere else in the modern periodic table and fluorine exists in somewhere else. This is in group 1 and this is in group 17. Also chlorine is in group 17. So yes, there is a mistake in this diagram, but was the second effort made by Newland after Dobereiner to explain the relationship between different elements. So here you can see that in the Indian style we use sa re ga ma pa dha ni, but in modern style he used do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti. This is the musical notes of Western world. If you learn music in Western world, you will start by do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. In India, you start with sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. So, in both cases, these are similar. These are 7 notes, but after the 7 notes, you get back to the same note from where you started with. Okay? So, you had started with do, and you will come up to the do. If you will start with re, you will again come to the re on the 8th position. If you will start with mi, you will again come back to the mi after the 8th position. So I just want to tell you that Newland arranged all those elements in a manner that the first element and the 8th element will be somewhat similar according to Newland. So Newland arranged those elements, those 56 elements, in ascending atomic mass. So he arranged all those elements in an ascending order according to their atomic masses. As the atomic mass was increasing, so he arranged all those elements in that same order. Okay, so this was the model, but this model again failed. Why it failed? There were so many reasons behind its failure. The first was, the first drawback of this model was to put chlorine and cobalt nickel in same group. You can see here chlorine is a highly reactive non-metal. Even fluorine is the mostly reactive non-metal is actually fluorine. Highly electronegative fluorine, and chlorine is also electronegative. But these are arranged in a group which also contain cobalt and nickel, which is wrong. Which is cobalt and nickel is actually transition elements which found in D block in modern periodic table. But in Newland you will see Newland's periodic table. You can see cobalt and nickel in the same group in which fluorine and chlorine are there, which is quite wrong. You can't put fluorine and chlorine with cobalt and nickel because their properties completely differ, and this actually violates the Octave's law, as say that the first and 8th element will be similar. So if that is same, how could fluorine and chlorine is similar to the cobalt and nickel? There is a difference. Okay. In the same manner, you can see here potassium is highly reactive element, but copper is not. Rubidium is not. So how could you put potassium with copper and rubidium? Again there was a failure. Second failure was potassium and copper in same group. Second failure. And the third failure was, the biggest failure of Newland was to put 2 elements in a single shell. If you can divide these elements in a different shell, different boxes, so you can see here in this shell cobalt and nickel exist, both exist. So putting 2 elements in same shell. We know that Newland had the basis of arranging elements according to their atomic masses, but the atomic mass of cobalt and nickel is not same. Selenium and lanthanum is also not same. So you see here 2 double elements are put in the same cell, which is according to atomic mass wrong. How could you put 2 different elements having different atomic mass in the same cell? In the modern periodic table you will see that each element has their own cell. No 2 elements are accommodated in a single cell. Then how could he? But he did, and that was the biggest failure of his periodic table. Okay, these are the some points which led to the failure of this periodic table of Newland's octave law. And because of this, Mendeleev came forward with his mind-blowing ever changing new theory of arranging all those elements in a very different manner. In next class we will study how Mendeleev created his ever changing revolutionary periodic table. Okay, till then, gracias.